Marcus for just handling things here while we were gone. He did a great job. Do you know that all of our sermons are online? You can look at the church website and go back and listen to the sermons, or if you're not here, you can pull them up online. So I did get to hear Marcus unfold the Word. Excellent job in the Word. As we begin to talk about, and we continue with this theme, what is the church? What the church is. And we're looking at the church is organic, and the church is relational. And Marcus began to unfold for us this idea that the church is missional. And I love that point, just that idea with missional. They're measurable benchmarks. And the reason why there are measurable benchmarks is because when we talk about the church being missional, we really think of it in terms of there is an objective. Now, sometimes that phrase and that term can be confusing when we say the church is missional, and especially those of us who have grown up in church culture, we think missions. Missions, that we're going to go out and we're going to send missionaries, and we're going to support missionaries, and we're going to be involved in missions. Missions is a part of being missional, but it's not the whole part. And so what I like to think about when I think about missional, the church being missional, and we think about a mission, don't think about going to Africa and living in a hut and converting the heathens. We think about having an objective. Think about it more in terms of a military objective. There is a military objective to which we have all been called. We know what the objective is. We know what the end result needs to be, and we are all going after that end result. That is our mission. And as a church, we need to be a missional church. And if missional means that we have an objective, then we understand that everything that we do is towards that mission objective. It's the objective that is always in front of us to say, now why are we going there? It's because it accomplishes our objective. And the result is that we are focused. And I love the way Marcus just unfolded that, even talking about your senior guys or your camp guys and their code of conduct. This is what I will be. Part of their mission. Well, we want to unfold that as a church. Now, I said this before, that part of being missional involves missions. And in fact, if we are all missional, then we are all missionary, aren't we? If we are all missional, if we all have an objective and we're all working toward that objective, then we are all, in that sense, missionary. Not missionaries, but we are all missionary. Oh, I love playing with those words because I just confuse myself. Being on a ministry team, going on a mission trip, being involved with those things are a part of being missional, but it's not everything about being missional. And maybe we understand it this way, that to be missional, first and foremost, is that we listen for and we obey God's call in our life, individually and as a church. This morning, we want to hear from some who have been on a mission trip experience and from some who are going on a mission trip experience. And it fits because it's the call of God, directing. And in that direction, we know that there was an objective, and that objective is what we're going to get after. We had a great time down on the Texas-Mexico border. 6 of us from this area, 5 from our church, and we let Rick Booth from Walport join us as part of our cohort. We want to hear from 4 of the 6 today. Rick is down with his church this morning. Matt Smith has to work, but I want the other power guys to come on up. And I want you to hear from them just what that experience was like. Come on. No, yeah, don't wait. Don't wait. Come up. Don't be shy. Come on up. You guys are all dressed nicer than I am. It's good. Grab a microphone there and a stool. So, just a basic understanding, we went down as part of a team. Our 6 guys from here were part of a much larger team. In fact, we were the 3rd of 3 weeks, and on our week there were 70 men. Imagine the logistics of getting 70 men moved and involved in projects. We went down there to accomplish some projects. Some of the projects that we looked at were, we were part of building 2 houses. The power team built classrooms at 2 different orphanages. There was a classroom at a church plant, a mission church. The power team built a dining hall at the Victoria School, which is not a mission school. It was, in a sense, a public school. and the leaders of the community needed to get this done and asked the power team to come and do it. As a result, the mayor of Acuna came, and that was a big deal, came and thanked Power Ministry, and as a result, Power Ministry has more opportunities now in that community. We ran a children's festival at a third orphanage. There were joy tours and prison visits, and we got to hang out with some students at a Bible college. It was a busy week and an impactful week, and I like to say it was one of those experiences that at the same time was completely exhausting and completely refreshing, because God can do that. So I want to ask these guys, you did a great job, by the way. These guys are stars. Just an excellent job. Thank you. I'm proud of these guys. But I want you to share with our church family, first this question: what was the highlight for you? The highlight of the trip for you? And sorry, Dan, you're sitting next to me, so you get to go first. So I don't know if you know Dan Cummins. He was just, they all were stars, but Dan just, there was joy in everything that he did, and he worked hard and was just a great, fun guy to be around. So that was my highlight anyway. But what was the highlight for you, Dan?
Right. I'm going to go off script really quick. And just, I want to thank the church for supporting me. You know, I ended up only having to pay maybe a third of the total cost, and that was a real blessing. So thank you. The highlight for me, really, as I thought about it, it meant a lot to me working with the other guys on the projects, just getting together with the hammer and the nails, the drywall. Actually got to work with Brian the first day, and I haven't spent a lot of time around any of these guys, so especially Matt I hadn't had much contact with, so that was really fun working with him too. But and then at Mission Familiar that we had, Glenn was there and Angel was there. When Angel and I worked together a lot, Glenn's down below working, and just the